This episode of SWIMFANS contains discussion of sexual violence.
1, 2, 3, go,
Hello and welcome to SWIMFANS. This is your number one movie podcast for the week. I'm your co-host. His tool, his penis, his pecker, his prick, his Peter, his poker, his pussy plunger, his wang, his hot dog, his dingus, his baloney pony, his smiling meat puppet, his love gun, his petite little taste of Vienna sausage. I'm Josh McKenzie.
I am currently suing Greg Araki for libel. There's a lot of anti-Craig propaganda in this film, and I'm not happy with it. Not happy. Craig Neeson.
Did you take my Nitzer Ebb CD? I'm Jennifer Hawkins.
This week on SwimFans Unknown Pleasures, we are talking 1992 Greg Araki film, The Living End.
Just do it.
Okay, so if you haven't seen The Living End, this is a movie about John. He is a depressive in LA. He appears to do movie reviews for his job. And right at the start of the film, he has been diagnosed HIV positive. So obviously this is quite distressing to him. He goes to see his friend Darcy, of course, for comfort. And he sort of, tells her that he's scared, all that sort of stuff. So meanwhile, our other protagonist, Luke, is hitchhiking. He's picked up by these two women who are they decide that they're going to kill him. I think they rob and kill, that's their deal. But Luke seems to have bamboozled them, and he steals their car instead. Luke then is picked up by this guy named Ken, and they go back to Ken's house. And Ken and Luke have sex, and then when they're finished, Ken's wife, Barbie, she comes in, and she's like, Ken, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of the boys, Ken. So she takes a large knife and stabs Ken through the head, and Luke is like, well, that's awkward. I'm leaving. So back out on the street is there's a bunch of I guess neo-Nazis, violent homophobes out on the streets. And Luke ends up in a street battle with them. He's running from them when he sort of runs to the road where John is driving by, and John, for whatever reason, picks him up in his car and takes him with him. So in order to escape, John takes Luke back to his place. He doesn't seem particularly thrilled about it at first, but they get home. And immediately there's a mutual attraction. John is like, hey, we shouldn't have sex. I just found out today that I'm HIV positive. And this is where Luke is like, oh, don't worry about it. I also am HIV positive. So fuck it. We ball. You know what I mean? So they have sex the first night. And I mean, they're kind of just hanging out after this. Luke stole Ken's credit card, so they're just sort of buying whatever. You see that Luke is a little unhinged. There's another neo-Nazi guy outside of a record store, and Luke says he beats him to death. I don't know if that's true, but he bludgeons him with a boombox off camera. And so they sort of they are playing house, but John is unnerved at this point by Luke's temper. So he throws him out, says he wants nothing to do with him. And he's like, let me get back to thinking about the Smiths a lot. And that's sort of what I want to do. So he sort of goes back to his life. And then very soon after, Luke breaks back into John's apartment and he's like, hey, I killed a cop and you're the only person I know. So we have to go on the run now. And John's like, okay, let's do it. So their first plan is to go to San Francisco, where Luke has a friend up there. So they drive to San Francisco, and Luke's friend is he doesn't seem to know him or doesn't want to help him. So they just sort of, they get kicked out. And then the great middle of this movie is Luke and John driving around. Meanwhile, John's friend Darcy, she's she's incredibly stressed out about John. She's worried about him. He just got his diagnosis. And now he's forsaken his apartment and his job and his fish named Craig. all to go road tripping with this man that is unstable and dangerous. So Darcy spends most of the movie stressed about John. And John and Luke sort of have these ups and downs. Like there are parts of the movie where they're like blissfully happy. They're like, constantly smiling and kissing and having like a nice time. And then there are parts where Luke does something completely insane. And John is like, what the fuck am I doing here? I'm in God knows where with God knows who, doing God knows what. So they sort of vacillate between these two things. And then the last bit of this, like the last like third of this movie, John gets sick. Like, we don't know what he's sick with, but he has sort of like this nagging cough. To me, it was like implying like he was getting his first like HIV related infection, but he's sick, he's coughing, and he just wants to go home. At this point, he's like, I've really had enough. Like, you're fucking crazy. Because at this point, Luke has talked about like, if you ever leave me, I'll kill myself. What we should do is like, you should kill me. Like, we're in the middle of having sex, like right when I come, just fucking, cap me in the head. So it's like all stuff like this. And John is like, again, I really just want to listen to the Smiths is kind of my deal. Finally, Luke like robs a bank, and John is like, this is it. This is seriously it. I am leaving you here, like get out of my car. And so Luke holds the gun to John's head, and it's like, you'll never find anybody who gets me that gets you the way I do. And they struggle over the gun, and finally Luke like pistol whips John with the gun, knocking him out. And then in the last scene of this movie, they're on like a beach somewhere, and John is like starting to come to, but Luke with the gun begins to like assault John. So after that, Luke is like, they're like Luke is like assaulting him, but he also has like the gun in his mouth, and he pulls the trigger, but the gun doesn't fire. So finally John like gets up, he like hits Luke and walks away. And then the last minutes of the film is like Luke just sort of sitting there despondently, and John comes back and sits by him, sort of like grabs his arm and puts his head on his shoulder, seemingly letting us know that John and Luke, even though they're both crazy, are not parting. I chose this. I've just talked a lot, but I can just keep talking since I picked this. If you have listened to the show, you know that I'm a huge Gregg Araki fan. So all of his filmography is technically on my list. So when it was my turn to pick, I was in the mood for it because I just watched The Odyssey. Okay, and I was like, impossibly desexed this movie is. Like, it's a movie about a bunch of like hot guys who should be like, I don't know, kissing, right? Like Cersei wants to watch men kiss. I bet she does. Calypso's probably super into that shit, whatever. But it's like, Christopher Nolan's one of our most sexless filmmakers, so there wasn't any of that.
You're like,
so
why aren't they kissing? Well, that was your thought while watching it?
No, but like, I would say that The Odyssey is a lot about violence and sex, and neither of those things are in the movie. I mean, there's like violence, but it's like distant violence. It's like not very visceral violence, and I'll save this for the end of the episode, I guess. Anyway, so I was excited to get into a movie that was visceral, and I knew I could count on Araki for that. So yeah, I mean, I think of his movies that I've seen, so the Teen Apocalypse trilogy, Smiley Face, maybe one or two others. I do think The Living End is possibly my least favorite, or at least at the bottom of his filmography, because it's aimless in a way that I usually like, but usually when Araki is this aimless, there's usually like a lot more visual style to it. Like I'm thinking of I think it's Nowhere, where they just have like that entirely checkerboard room. Or no, maybe that's Doom Generation, because I think he's with Rose McGowan. Yeah. They're just like that in that entirely checkerboard room. You know what I mean? So typically when Araki's this aimless, I expect more visual flair. However, this movie still goes incredibly hard. So even though it's like one of my less favorites, like it's still like incredibly good to me. Nobody is shooting gay sex the way Gregg Araki is. It's incredibly hot. The acting with the two leads is pretty good. Like they seem like they're having sex to me. I like his like friend Darcy, who seems to just sort of like stare into the middle distance at her abstract paintings. She harasses her like mechanical fish and breaks up with her boyfriend, and then that's kind of all that she does. It's fun. So yeah, even though this is on like the lower end of I think the movies of his that I've seen, I still think there's a lot to love here.
I really liked it. I feel like it has the same kind of like Araki brand of like hopeless angst that permeates his like Teen Apocalypse stuff, but I feel like it brings it maybe a little closer to the surface by like having the two leads have HIV. Like it's really smart. It's not just like a ticking clock in like the way that like diabetes is in like Panic Room, or that white lesbian What Keeps You Alive movie. I like that it was something a bit more existential. It was like a bit more like about like the mindset of like knowing you're going to die like very, very soon. And I like that it was yeah, I guess I just like how it informed their actions. Like they're both alive at the end of the movie, which I really didn't expect, because a Rocky, I assumed they were absolutely going to be dead at the end, because that's like just so many of his movies end. Their whole motivation is like, we're gonna die soon, like fuck it, whatever. So I was really expecting like the movie would kill them in like a shootout, and it would be like this not like moralizing ending, but like, you know, like the fear is what drives them to die instead of the disease itself. Like they didn't live long enough to die of the disease. I really thought that was going to be how it ended, but like I think it's a lot better that it like doesn't do that. That it still kind of like leaves it open, and like kind of doesn't have that like filmic conclusion to it. They just sort of have that fucked up moment on the beach. I loved the soundtrack, some like absolute just like late 80s early 90s like hard cut fucking industrial music, which is very gay music, but it's like a European kind of homosexuality. And I feel like it's not used in like an LA setting, like like a distinctly American setting. Do you know what I'm talking about? Craig, you laughed.
There's psychic TV on the fucking soundtrack.
Yeah. KMFDM.
It is very European.
Coil. They actually had all of the members of Throbbing Gristle, but not together. Which I thought was fun. If I have any kind of like negative thing to say about it, it's just like some scenes kind of feel unfinished. Like you were talking about like the scene with like where one of them supposedly kills a man with his boombox is like not shown to you, and like just sort of like going from the shot of him like returning with the boombox to attack him to like the aftermath, and it's like, I can't believe you killed him, seems kind of like unfinished to me. Like it feels like it needed to hit something there that it didn't quite do. But overall, I thought this was great. It's like crazy. This is like 1991, you know, considering like where we were like socially, you know, like people were like what, moral panic over like The Simpsons season 2 at the time. It's great. All the sex is really good too. I was like, if you've ever like watched like a sibling like unwrap a gift that they really wanted on like for Christmas or whatever, that was how I felt about the sex scenes in Josh McKenzie. I'm like, I'm so happy Josh is getting this. I'm so happy Josh is having this experience. I love this for him. But yeah, I really liked this.
Yeah, I think the to echo what we said, I think the two leads are fantastic. And you know, I think there's a I hate to use this word, but it's kind of maturity to the, you know, especially given that like the very, very end credit is like fuck all the Republican dumb fucks in the White House, and you know, this is dedicated to the life of a man who died from HIV complications and AIDS, and it feels a little more like how do I say this, like pointed or something. Not that his other films are unpointed. I feel like it's a little more like forceful.
It gives it like a grounding that like Rose McGowan yelling at teenagers doesn't have. Maybe. Yeah, and that's where things like actually where my points of friction come is like the whole Darcy like subplot of like seeing her apartment, seeing her boyfriend who sucks, seeing her find Craig the fish dead on the floor. Like I like Darcy, but I don't know that I don't think we need her in the film. And I think the film would have been better suited just following the two kind of, you know, like this like fatalistic or what they kind of understand to be like a kind of fatalistic you know, just random journey through like, yeah, like if we're gonna die we might as well like actually live thing. But we're constantly brought back to Darcy like
having uninspired sex under an abstract painting. And then like there's like technical things like when there's music, often like the music and the dialogue are just like so muddy that it's impossible to tell what people are saying. But I get it. Like this film was shot on like a crazy tight budget. So I almost don't want to like come at it for those reasons. But it's like a kind of lo-fi-ness that actually does get in the way of the film. I think it's a little shaggy in the edit. However, I do want to reiterate, I think it's like really, really exciting, you know, when they're together, when they have scenes together, when they're having sex, when they're just in the car, when they're just talking, you know, when they're at the rest stop and, you know, he needs to take a shower. It's all amazing when they're together. Like it's so electric and you know, that Iraqi kind of way of composing, you know, shots. There's like an elegance to, you know, bad boyfriend, like he's upside down on the hood of the car, and you know, like he you know, the other guy's standing with the towel. You know, like he just has like a really elegant way of framing his characters against the world and against the background of the world. You know, there's a great he uses billboard advertisements to, you know, in the framing of shots, and like it's a very particular type of camera work, you know. Like at one point Bad Boy is like taking a piss on like the highest point of a hill. It's like this like sheer hill, you know, like every shot is just full of this like this interest in like fucking with the composition, fucking with the placement of the characters, and serving like overall this like aesthetic like play that I come to like relish and find like invigorating in his work. And yeah, there's just no shortage of it here. I think if only because its tone is different, I find this different. It's like unique or something. From my, I mean, we've seen a lot of Rocky at this point. I haven't seen everything, but like the fact that its tone is just like askew makes this really special to me. You know, I found it really. I came into it expecting one thing, and it's actually it dodges a lot of things that feel like I don't want to say like he's like resting on his laurels, but it feels as though like he's outside of like a wheelhouse, and it's an exciting type of outside of wheelhouse. Yeah, I think it's a if anything, just a fascinating kind of piece of the puzzle for Rocky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to be clear because I can already tell this is one of those episodes where everything I say is not what I mean to say. Heater, okay?
Yeah, right.
It's like not even though it's not like one of like the ones that I like lay awake and think about, like totally fucked up. Incredible movie. So I'm extremely positive about this movie. Mm-hmm. It just goes to show how much I fuck with Iraqi, that even his movies that are on the lower end are still like absolute stars to me. So yeah, I adore this. Just want to be clear. I can tell I'm having one of those episodes where I'm going to say things and they're going to come out wrong.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I do have it. Like, yeah, I want to front load with the things that I found, you know, I would have like, I would have cut Darcy again, and I would have made the audio not sound shitty. But like all to say, I thought this was fantastic.
Well, while we're nitpicking, Craig, I do just want to say that if we cut Darcy, we wouldn't get the revelation that John went through like a 3-week depression because Echo and the Bunnymen broke up, and that was really important to me. That was like the funniest part of the movie for me.
Yeah, she's like, no, it was like a week and a half. Like, come on, be for real. Come on.
I do think the only time that I like sort of I agree sort of, Jen, about like the things that were like left out of the movie, presumably because they were too expensive or they just didn't have time to shoot the scene, or it was too expensive to shoot the scene. Mm-hmm. What really got me was the killing the cop off camera.
Yeah.
Because I would think filmically, if you show up and you're bloody and you're like, I've killed a cop, we have to go on the run, that means a couple of things. It means either you're lying entirely because you're crazy, which we know Luke is, or you've blown it out of proportion. You don't have to be on the run because the cop isn't dead, or some other sort of like comedy of errors type deal where like what you think you did didn't happen. Like that is what it says to me if you're going to not show it on screen. And I could see that being completely in line with Luke. He's a manipulative person. So like if he like didn't shoot a cop and he's just like, he wants like John to let him, because John has already thrown him out at this point. So like if he wants John to let him back into his life, why not lie about doing murder? So because this wasn't shown, I expected that to like
come back. Yeah. like I expected a little more intention with that, but also this movie was shot I think for like $20,000, so like maybe they just couldn't do that, like do the pickup for that scene. Maybe it's just, I mean, it's not, I guess it's not incredibly necessary that it's in there. We can't afford a police uniform.
Right. Or like, we used up our squib budget. I don't know.
Can we just say he killed the cop?
But yeah, I mean, filmically that would imply deception. Deception or like a misunderstanding, and neither of those things, as far as we know, are true. So it was just a slightly wrong note for me. So yeah, I sort of agree.
Yeah, there's also the sequence where like he walks in the bank and we hear gunshots and he runs back out of the bank. I'm like, oh, so we're doing Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, but
without money, I don't think he gets money.
Yeah, no, but I kind of intuitively understood just by virtue of how this film looked, how the audio was mixed, that like this is not the movie that I'm getting. I'm getting two actors together, and like like part of me was like, also expecting like the law to catch up with them. Right, like because in like I'm thinking of something like Natural Born Killers, right? I guess I'm in a fucking Tarantino mood, but like thinking about that idea of like the Folie à Deux doomed Bonnie and Clyde couple thing, where it's like it's gonna catch up to them or whatever, and it doesn't really. It catches up. I think at the time the kind of like death sentence, painful death sentence of AIDS complications, like it does come back, but like the things that they're doing to like live in the world, which is to like say that shooting the skinheads or like shooting the people in the bank or like murdering a cop off screen, just don't meaningfully come back. And once I realized that wasn't a thing that the movie was going to do, I was kind of at peace with it. But it did. There was like a little bit of friction in my brain, if only because one expects it to, in the general conceit of like the Folie à Deux couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like the way Araki usually handles stuff like that, if you think about like the convenience store scene in the Doom generation, I think someone just gets their head blown like clean off, and like it flies across the convenience store. Like there's like this heightenedness to it, and because it's like not there, I don't know. It feels like something's missing. But I do kind of think that elements of it work. Like I've watched a lot of like unsolved mysteries from around this time, and like if you just like kill someone and then just like drive as fast as possible into like a different state to get seen as soon as possible, like you might be able to get away with it for a while because there's not like security cameras everywhere. And so it feels like there's almost something like that happening of like them being on the run, but like maybe you can actually outrun certain things if you're fast enough. And so there's kind of like, I don't know, like it still kind of worked, even though I do think it was kind of missing parts of that.
Well, I'll say this. One of you, I forget which of you said it, but you had a really good point about, I mean, I actually think this was before at least some of the Teen Apocalypse trilogy. So it's interesting, but like The Living End, I think does have a maturity that those movies don't have. I mean, one, they're not supposed to be teenagers, so that's part of it. But like in a lot of the Teen Apocalypse movies, they have a similar like modality where it's like we're beautiful and we're doomed, and that's that's what Araki is so fucking good at. However, in those movies, in the Apocalypse trilogy, generally the doomedness is sort of like a force that inflicts doom upon them. Like I'm thinking of in the Doom generation, it's quite literally like neo-Nazis kill one of them and the other two have to like drive away. One of them is like alien based. I think that's Nowhere. It's like really alien focused. And then, but like in this, this sort of like beautiful and doomedness, there's like more of like a despondency to it than there is sort of like this rushing fate or something. Like it's not like there's not like this sort of swift comedically tragic end to these beautiful teens in Hollywood. It's like you're beautiful and you're doomed, but you're not doomed yet. For now, you're still on this beach. You're still with this guy. He's crazy, but you don't seem to want to leave. And it's the early 90s. You're both positive. There's not as good of, controls for keeping your virus load low. So, you're much more likely to have serious health problems soon. So like there's the maturity that I'm speaking of is like it's less this sort of they say it right at the beginning of the movie. It's less this like going out, like living fast, dying young, and leaving a beautiful corpse. Like a fucking alien appears, a neo-Nazi appears. It's like, no, you are stuck on the beach and you have to figure out what to do with the rest of your life, however long that is. And so like the doomedness feels more adult. Mm-hmm. It feels more real. It feels like something you actually have to grapple with. And it's like, it's not just like inflicted upon you so much.
I like that the doom is internal rather than external.
Yes, the doom is inside you.
The doom is calling from inside the house, the doom house. Yeah, and I think it does a good job of like, I think I said this already, but of like making that into like the driving force of the movie rather than like especially in like Doom Generation, I feel like a lot of it's just like society spiraling around them.
Right.
And they're mostly kind of isolated from it. This one, it's like, nope, this is it. It's go time.
Yeah, that's interesting too, because like that's a great comparison as well, because like in the Apocalypse trilogy, all three of them have like these completely insane visions of society. And like you sort of get it in flashes here. Like you get like Ken and Barbie right at the beginning, the women who were going to kill Luke right at the beginning. It's kind of all front loaded, really. You get sort of these flashes of like this Iraqi style, like grungier John Waters type visions of America. In the Apocalypse trilogy, that's really, it almost like becomes a character. It becomes a driving force for everybody in the movie, and it becomes like the eventual fate. You either like die beautiful and gay, or you become an insane housewife who's doing God knows what to God knows who. But in this, the world is pretty normal. The weirdest guys are the main characters. Like Darcy and her boyfriend are like relatively normal. The world that Luke and John are drifting through is like relatively normal. I mean, there's a bunch of Nazis, but I guess there's a bunch of Nazis now. So it's like all things considered relatively normal. That's like a great. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that, Jen. Like just like the worlds that the characters are like surrounded by are less dire, less like chaotic. I want to talk about the last scene. I don't know. I feel like it's, I don't know how you would do this. I feel like it had to have been like a really fortunate accident. So like they're on the beach and it's like the end of golden hour, like it's approaching sunset. And Luke assaults John on the beach, and then John like sits up and he like hits Luke. And I don't know if this was like a photograph, like a treatment to the film. I don't know if it was God or like what, but like the light at that moment gets warmer and like bigger. You know what I mean? Like it goes from like this sort of like generally flattering, generally ambient, like golden hour lighting to like sunset light. Did you guys notice this? It sunset like just turns on, and I don't think there's any sort of like cut in the footage. I think it's all continuous. It's like they had just started filming, and the sun was setting as they're doing this scene, and it just so happened to hit right at like this emotional moment of the movie, where Luke is getting up and leaving, and it's like this burning sunset, and he returns and like grabs his arm. And it's so perfect. It seems like it was like a photographic process, but I think it's just the sky.
That's crazy. It's
yeah.
gorgeous.
Did you guys notice that at all? Like it's like it to me, it was like somebody flipped a switch.
The camera eventually turns onto the sun directly. No, and I remember it being like just crazy saturated. Yeah, and I don't know. Part of me wants to believe or to understand it just through the lens of like, yeah, that's just kind of what they got, you know, because it doesn't seem like a something happened in post. It feels very like naturalistic.
It looks too real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems unlikely that they would have done it afterwards.
Yeah, it was just so dramatic. It was so perfectly timed. I was like, you guys went to like the fucking Farmer's Almanac, and you're like, when is the sun setting today? When is sunset?
When is the cursed gay sunset?
Yeah. I need a mournful gay sunset. This isn't. I'm not picking on the movie because they had $20,000 to shoot this in, and I would have done the same thing. It was very funny for them to be like, we're traveling around the western United States, and they're just in LA the whole time.
I was wondering about that because like
I also noticed that. Yeah,
it was it was like we're in San Francisco now, but like we don't see we see the Golden Gate Bridge, but like, we don't see any of the characters in it. We hear VO. Of them, I guess passing over the Golden Gate Bridge, and then like that really tight shot of like, hey, remember me from Gay Pride 3 years ago?
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I guess this is supposed to be a San Francisco house.
Yeah,
like,
it's like a San Francisco style house.
Yeah, it's like, like, and I think rather than it being something that detracts from the film, I found it very charming, right? It's like, oh, they're going like all over the fucking country. They have no idea where they are. It's like, yeah, we're in LA County still.
Yeah, it still looks basically like LA.
Yeah, well, it's like what we said on the Death Race 2000 episode. Like I am charmed when I can like see the constraints of the film. There's that time when they're at the Circus Liquor parking lot. That's like 0.4 miles from my house. So it's like I like walk by it whenever I'm like outside exercising. It's where Cher gets mugged in Clueless, the big clown parking lot.
Oh yeah.
That's on Burbank and Vineland. It's like right near my house. And
if
I'm
you're
like,
trying
you
to
guys
dox Josh McKenzie. There you go.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not in Wyoming, okay? I know where you are. you're in North Hollywood. Don't lie to me. And then like there's the scene where John is like finally like done with Luke. They're in like that like gulch or whatever, but they're in front of one of those bridges that only exist within LA city limits. Those very like, you know what I mean? Those like monolithic like stone bridges.
Yeah.
I have never seen those anywhere else in the entire world. If I see those in a movie, I just know you're in LA. There's nowhere else that could be. But yeah, I mean, it's not a critique. I know. I think if I didn't live here, I wouldn't know. I'd be like, sure, that's Wyoming. I don't care. But it is funny to see.
Yeah. Well, I don't live there, and I still noticed. So
because they end up on a beach at the end, and I'm like, you're in LA.
These famous Wyoming beaches or whatever. I also could have lost Darcy. I didn't think she really added much of anything. I felt like it could have been because like there is sort of this journal voiceover. Maybe there could be some kind of like thing where he says what he's feeling more candidly to his friend that he couldn't do, but like all of that's basically covered in that voiceover, so I don't like think she really served anything to the movie.
That was my exact when Luke asked him like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, this is like, it's like my journal, it's like my idea thing. And I'm like, oh, that we don't need Darcy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like as a device, he gets to have the VO and can also, speak intimately about like, maybe feeling like he does, like, oh, like, I'm things have changed, like, one of the better conversations they have is when it's like, yeah, no, like everything is different now. like like you don't understand, like everything has changed. And I think that's one of the more beautifully written moments too. It's like it perfectly describes love, right? It's like, everything's different now. Like it's I don't know how to explain it to you, bro. It's just changed. It's really tender. I think, yeah, I don't know, like part of me just wants more time with the guys, right? Like,
we could pack a few more sex scenes in this bad boy.
Yeah,
I'm complaining.
Get those women out of there.
So yeah, I mean, I guess there's a pro and a con, like the recording device, I guess, is like necessarily cold and can't talk back. Even though, like, I mean, speaking of that being used as a device, like what is it's been demonstrated via Twin Peaks that it can be the most fucking charming thing ever,
Right.
And way 25 years before we ever see what Diane looks like, right? Like it can be intimate and it can be funny and all these things, without needing to like show us, the interior of artist girl's like apartment. Again, I like her. This is just like my main takeaway. It's like just if I could go back in time, I'd be like, use that budget to, I don't know, do more gay sex, or like,
to get railed more,
or like, have another scene to build the two leads together, like deepen the relationship and complicate it or something. I don't know.
She kind of just, to me, felt like someone to cry over the phone. She didn't really kind of add much. Like, in terms of like the female characters in the movie, I was much more interested in that like lesbian couple that tries to mug him and thus introduces a gun into the movie, which I thought was actually like really, really clever. I thought they had a lot of really good, very brief characterization, and like, I don't know, Darcy just seemed like someone to just worry over the phone, or I don't know. I wish she did more, or like anything.
I mean, she definitely could have done more. My counterpoint, is that every gay guy worth his salt has his heterosexual cisgender female friend who's the ride or die. All of us have one. It's like how in Zelda every boy gets a fairy. It's kind of the same thing, except for every girl gets a fairy. So it's like a fun thing that for like a more because like in other Iraqi movies, like in the Apocalypse trilogy, the women are like as crazy as the men are. Like they're doing as much lesbian sex, or they're doing as much crime, that kind of thing. And so aside from the couple at the beginning who mug Luke, you have a movie that's generally more grounded. I mean, like, not that women exist to cry over men on the phone. That's not what I'm saying. But like, I was charmed that they had this sort of almost stereotypical straight girl, gay guy friendship in a way that felt real to me. Even though, she could have done more. I was like charmed by her like bohemian lifestyle, where she just sort of like wears tights and stares at the painting that she's not working on. She breaks up with that guy. That's it. That's all that she does. But I don't know. It was comforting to have her there. It was like a warm blanket.
Sure, and there is definitely something like observed there, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely not as interesting as the lesbian couple or like Rose McGowan's character or any of the women in other Iraqi movies. Mm-hmm. Actually, I think she's like strangely styled too. She reminds me of like Molly Ringwald in Pretty in Pink. She's like the goth version. She's like the goth version of Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
Which actually like like I had like the Metal Gear. I had like the Metal Gear like alert sound when I saw it. I just really hate Pretty in Pink. So she had to work to charm me over, to win me over. But
it's the short hair.
It's the short hair. It's the hat, and it's the 900 bracelets that don't go with anything.
It is a lot of bracelets. Some girls just be out here wearing bracelets, though.
Some girls be out here wearing bracelets. Craig, I want your thoughts on this. I think that Luke is the hottest guy in any Iraqi movie ever.
Oh yeah, no, I actually had that thought like probably 5 seconds into seeing him, right? Isn't it, we're kind of like looking up at him? It's like we're camera's kind of low to the ground. We're looking kind of like up at him as like an establishing shot. I was like, oh yeah, that's okay.
Yeah,
we really nailed it here, Greg. Well done.
I think the shot you're talking about is when he's like taking his shirt off and
Yes.
then like slinging his leather jacket over his shoulder. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, there is just something so immediately like erotic and seductive about that actor's physical presence, and it's very much it's a testament to him and being hot, of course, but also just how you stage it, how you
Yes,
how you costume, how you shoot it. It's really it's pretty undeniable, and like the whole he has a cigarette in his mouth, but he's like, I don't smoke.
Yeah, yes.
Just like it's just
This
it's
is what
like,
I'm talking.
Yeah.
When we're talking about this, when I was like whining on the Pillion episode, this is what I mean.
Yeah.
Like just like the way that the camera wants to fuck this guy is what I wanted for Alexander, because Alexander Skarsgård is super hot. I want the camera to want to fuck him like I do. So like in this movie, when like one of you brought it up earlier, when Luke is just like draped over the hood of Craig, I think, when he's just like draped over the hood of the car, and it's like a really interesting shot, but it's also incredibly horny. That's what I mean. Like just like shots where it's just like lingering on just parts of a body because you're super horny for it. That's
right.
all that I ask. The shot that like really sold me, because all of the guys in Iraqi movies are usually really, really hot, but like the shot that sold me was right at the beginning when the women have picked him up and he's in the back seat, and it's like this close shot on him with the stupid cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's doing like a grunge James Dean, like he has that same sort of like look to him in that close up, and I'm like, fuck yeah, that really works for me. Yeah, I'm glad he was naked a lot. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, expert, deft move. Yeah, no, like really, really, really selling like and that like contrast between, the one character being, I guess not super self-assured and not living a kind of like safe existence. And yeah, I mean, you need to have a believable character that would pull them out of that, right? And it's very obvious. It's very like, oh yeah, I would do that too. I'd make that same decision.
Yeah, you know what? He's if a manic pixie dream girl was evil. Yeah, that's his whole thing. He takes the depressive. He takes the guy who literally talks about how much he wants to go home and listen to his Smith's tapes, and he takes him out into the beautiful wide world and shows him this exciting realm of gay sex and excitement and like suicidality and like new ways to die while fucking. And it's like, yeah, it's like if Zooey Deschanel was evil. It's sort of the same deal. Damn, he was on the cutting edge of this.
Is anyone else as good as Greg Araki at shooting gay sex?
I don't think so. Like,
there
I mean,
a
there's
runner-up?
well, okay. I would say like male desire. I mean, she didn't have a strong showing when we did Claire Denis on the podcast. But like Beau Travail is like super horny for guys' bodies, like in a way that's like really artful and really sexy and good. Sofia Coppola is really good at desire, but not, I mean, she doesn't, like, nobody's having gay sex in a Sofia Coppola movie. For like actual sex, Gus Van Sant, but even that is more like longing, or like my own Private Idaho is like, there's like sex in it, but I don't think it's quite as like elemental
Sure.
as Iraqi's is. I don't know. I think he might be the best, because like in Happy Together, that's pretty good. But it's not like the feature of the movie. They only have sex like 2 or 3 times in Happy Together. Mm-hmm. But like, I mean, Iraqi's like, listen, he claps, He's like, welcome to set. We're having sex today, and we're also doing it tomorrow and the day after. So, and I think that dedication to craft is what makes him the best.
Yeah. I was going to say, we really haven't covered that much depictions of gay sex on this show, which is kind of crazy. There's Muscle.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Stranger by the Lake, but then like Stranger by the Lake had like the European debuff, and it was all like detached and sad. So like there was cock like on screen, but people weren't like enjoying
There was a lot
it. You know
of
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah, that was definitely the most explicit one we've seen.
Yeah, probably.
But like definitely not the sexiest.
No, they were too sad about it.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
Leave it to the French.
If Iraqi isn't the best, he's certainly in the conversation. I can't think of another person who like nails it that hard. But like, and where it's not just like, this is so pretentious, where it's not like just softcore porn. It's also like art too.
Yeah, like Muscle, where it's like,
but
cameras set up, guy sucking on a package.
I don't know. Muscle like is weird enough that it like goes back around again to become art to me.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That is.
Yeah. But like, I mean, I could like, I could see like theoretical, like softcore porn where, it's just, it's more like objective because you're there to jerk off. But like also Iraqi is an artist. So he has the eye of an artist. Like Craig was saying earlier, the compositions are there. You get a sense of desire by looking. You get a sense of a man who loves to look. And that's all I ask of a filmmaker, is that you love to look. I guess my final thought on this, there is like a lot of, I'm usually pretty positive about this as a technique, but there's like a lot of voiceover in the movie. It's just like a lot of like John yapping, like sort of like diegetically. He has like a tape recorder in the movie because he's a writer and that's what writers do. So like, there's sort of like a practical reason for why there might be voiceover. Sometimes it's conversation, but sometimes like he's just sort of talking. I think it's nice. To me, it gives the movie like a diary kind of feel to it, or like some sort of like epistolary quality that I think makes it feel even more intimate than it already is.
Yeah, no, it's nice. I couldn't think if I liked the amount, or if I wanted like a bit more.
Oh, I could have had more. Yeah.
Yeah, I like his interiority. I think that could have been explored. I really, it's occurring to me every time I say something. I'm like, man, I wish the Darcy subplot got dropped and we had more room for other things. But like, yeah, no, I think, it's very effective here. Very effective.
Craig's like, get these women out of my movie. These women. And it's funny. Like I think the scenes with her are adequately charming. I like the one where, her boyfriend's a loser and he can't dick her down properly. I think there's even a really lovely shot where she's like on the phone and he like breaks up with her or something. And she rips. Oh, are you talking about the packing peanuts one?
She takes this box and these packing peanuts, and we're looking. We have this like bird's eye kind of view of her, and there's a magazine kind of placed on the floor of a person looking, and it's like it's looking right at the camera. It's like this really beautifully composed shot, and then she essentially like makes like a painting out of it, right? Like she smacks this box full of packing peanuts up against one of those tailor doll bust things for tailoring, whatever, what I'm talking about. And then like
that's
all
a
the
dress form.
Dress form. Thank you. I love having a brain. Like the peanuts form this like wonderful like snowy composition. It's like, again, like I like it. I don't think we need it.
That shot is nice because like in addition to like the packing peanuts on the floor, it's also like this like actually I think it's a checkerboard tiles that like offset it really nice. And Iraqi's so talented at that, like just taking like quotidian like everyday materials and just like arranging them just so. Like it's just packing peanuts on tiles,
Yep.
but it feels artfully arranged. I don't know. He's really such a wizard with that.
Yeah, and like objects that are like almost necessarily tacky, like that like robot fit, like the battery operated
Yeah.
fish, or like the clock that has like it's like a one of those winter like snow globe things, but it's got like the a skull in it that leads to like an alarm clock or whatever. It's like he takes these really
Yeah.
like necessarily like tacky and like chintzy things and manages to like enfold them into the texture of the film and in a way that I find like improbable. I find improbable that he could make them like fascinating, you know?
Yeah. Well, and they're tactile too. Like I'm thinking of that inflatable Godzilla that's in John's apartment that everybody slaps when they walk by it. Every single person who walks by it slaps it. And it's so tactile. Yeah. I gave this 4 stars. I might go up to 4.5 because I'm now thinking of the scene where Luke forces John to like choke him out with the crook of his arm when they're in the shower together, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe that is worth another 0.5 star. That was pretty good.
That
I thought,
forgives
yeah.
some of its sins.
It's just really good. It's just really odd. Yeah, I like the movie. It's a good movie. I'm really normal this episode. It's a good movie.
4 stars for me as well. I really liked it. It is definitely rough around the edges, though.
Yeah, 4 stars. I think getting a fuller picture of Araki's work is a delight, and I don't mean that just as a kind of like the film will only exist to me as a novelty, but like once it rounds out, like his vision, and at the same time is like a really interesting, like tone. I'm of the understanding that this is like a relatively like unseen Araki. Like this is like
Sure.
if we're gonna call it a deep cut, it's a deeper cut than like the things that are on like Criterion, like readily available for people. Yeah, no, I think if you like Araki, you would be doing yourself a disservice to like skip this one.
Yeah, this is like his 3rd movie too.
That's crazy.
I'd be very curious to see the first 2, but I would probably have very reasonable expectations going into them.
I do want to like end the episode. So actually, I didn't know this. Rocky had a movie that came out this year in 2026.
Yeah.
So
I really want to see it.
Apparently Olivia Wilde's in it, which is interesting. But just today, as of the recording of this episode, he had like a quote in Variety, and he says he's found out that Gen Z is having less sex. Okay, and his idea is that he thinks younger people will regret not taking chances and not getting getting dumped, falling in love, getting emotionally bruised in that way. So quote, I'm in my 60s now. You're going to turn around and you're going to be 40, 50. Will you regret not taking a chance, venturing out of your house, risking getting hurt, getting confused, getting your heart broken? Go out on a bad date. Have that bad relationship. Have that bad girlfriend. Be in love with the wrong person. That's fucking life. That's growing up. That's how you learn about yourself. End quote. And that's a Rocky. Yeah, that's what makes me love his movies is like relationships that are terrible for each other, but also they're kind of fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it definitely it's everything I like about Araki, but I do think the like, why isn't Gen Z out having sex? And like part of me is like, I don't know, that's their choice.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also twice our age.
I know. I'm just being a bitch.
Yeah. No, without that, like the whole like Gen Z framing, like no, I think he's right. I think
I think it's decent life advice. I just find the framing to be weird.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't care. Like,
I don't really care that teenagers aren't fucking.
but like I like if I were to proffer advice, I would probably proffer similar advice.
Right.
Like life is I think is best served going to like places that are not for you, but like you went there and you learned a thing. It's I think living in safety can be a kind of a dangerous thing. It's the frightening thing. It's the frightening step. It's the relationship that like almost fucking ruined your life. That like helps in some way eventually.
Yeah. In order to be developed, you have to go outside so you can be changed.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to do something for the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually, and it's, I want to say that to millennials too. I'm going to say that to my 34-year-olds. You guys got to go outside more. I'm saying that to people who I went to high school with. You guys got to go outside more. Thank you for listening. We have questions.
We do. First question from Fizzy Bison. 2-part question. My favorite sad movie is The Plague Dogs, made in 1982. Have y'all seen it? Also, what's everyone's favorite sad movie? I have not seen The Plague Dogs. I did do some quick Googling, and it's from the Watership Down guy. It's like it looks like a really depressing animated film.
Let's go. Okay,
Yeah.
I got to add that to the list.
Yeah,
Nice.
I would definitely watch that. Josh, what's your favorite sad movie?
Easy. Don't need to think about it. it's a popular one amongst us. It's Synecdoche, New York.
Yeah, that was my first thought as well.
If I desperately need to cry, I'll put on my once every 18 months viewing of Synecdoche, New York, and just lock the fuck in. If I just really need to feel bad about something. To have a more unique answer, I would say maybe Ghost World. I mean, that's more melancholic, I would say, than sad, but it's bittersweet in a way that hits me.
Yeah, my official answer is Synecdoche, New York. Masterpiece. Never want to see it again, personally. I tried watching it at like a movie night earlier this year, and I literally had to stop it. I ruined movie night because I couldn't handle watching Synecdoche, New York. I'm like, if you guys want to watch the rest of this, I'll go for a walk for an hour. Like, you guys are more than welcome to. I'm just gonna be destroyed, and it like even like the first like hour of that movie like ruined my next 3 days.
Yeah.
And so I just don't think I need it anymore.
It's an Alone in the Dark type film.
Yeah, all the times I watched it on repeat in college, I'm like, oh, that was probably self-harm in some like fucking stupid way. But for a non-group standard answer, I really liked the movie Dear Zachary, and I'll never watch it again.
Oh
it's
my
the most
God.
fucking devastating goddamn thing I've ever seen.
Holy shit.
You've mentioned that before. I should see it.
Weapon's
Oh man,
great.
it's really good, but like, fuck.
Yeah, no, Weapon's great. Like, if you're having a bad day, do not walk into that fucking movie. Like, like you want to be in a good place mentally.
Yeah. It's like it's like maybe all pain is I don't know. I shouldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, like it's a couple. Like when I'm sad, I like a movie that's comforting is Panic Room. Like Jodie Foster's sadness when she's
Sure,
crying in the
yeah.
bathtub, drinking wine is like really
Yes.
potent to me.
Absolutely.
The fact that it's raining the entire movie, like there's just something so so sad about the film. But like I guess my Synecdoche, New York answer is like Melancholia. Like Kirsten Dunst slip into depression after her wedding and like dealing with her flighty but domineering sister. Like it's fuck, man. Like nothing has ever like even scratched the surface of articulating like the pain of my particular flavor of being alive. So yeah, no, it's Melancholia for sure. Like just when she's like eating like the blueberry preserves like just like out of like the jar with her hand, when she like her sister is like bathing her because she can't bathe herself. Like it's just like, fuck, man, fuck. Like it's too real. Like it's the realest shit. So that's Melancholia.
Excellent choices.
Yeah. I think our next question is from Fortunes in Hades. Jennifer, by combining a premise with a director, would you tell us about the movie that's going to star Lucifer? Now, I've had a while to think about this, and I was thinking about, like, what's, like, a truly, like, evil presence on screen? Like, where could you bring that? And if you're a bit younger than us, you probably didn't sort of, like, grow up with the shadow of the Boondock Saints looming over, like, cinephilia. But if you've ever seen the documentary about the making of the Boondock Saints, it's about the director Troy Duffy, and like he gets this like Harvey Weinstein check for like insane amounts of like life-changing money to make the Boondock Saints, and then it's all about how he like alienated everyone around him and ruins his career. And how like his movie actually eventually does find an audience, but like he doesn't get any of the money because he signed a bunch of bad deals along the way. Fascinating movie. It was like made by the people he himself hired to follow him around with cameras to document how great he is. And then like he like never paid the guys who were shooting it, so they just edited this like hit piece about him, like of all of his worst moments. And he's like a charisma void who's just like evil and like tears down everyone around him like habitually. So I think like a dramatization version of that I think would be like a great starring role for like the Prince of Darkness. That might be a really overthought and niche answer, but I'm gonna stand by it. Have you either of you guys seen Overnight?
Absolutely not. No.
Fair enough.
that kind of incredible thought put into that is why people listen to this show.
High recommendation for Overnight. Fuck Boondock Saints. Fuck Boondock Saints 2 All Saints Day. Go straight to Overnight. It doesn't matter. You don't have to see the Boondock Saints. You don't have to torture yourself with that. But that run of like fake Tarantino movies, man.
Oh
that
my
was
God.
rough.
Yep.
That was
Terrible.
Going on for a choose. That was a potential idea for a choose your own adventure episode. Was Tarantino?
I was about to
babies.
say maybe we should do that.
No, because we already agreed to do the Deadly Mile High Club.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
I
movies
can't
this
wait.
year.
I can't wait.
And that's too good, and I'm not willing to give that up for Tarantino to watch 4 heads in a duffel bag or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
8 heads in a duffel. However many heads were in the goddamn duffel bag.
Too many fucking heads in the duffel bag. Thank you so much for listening.
Sorry.
No, if you got heads in the duffel bag, let them out. Let them breathe. You can find the show.
Where are my duffel heads at? Sorry.
You can hear the show wherever you listen to your podcast. So YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening, please rate, please subscribe, please review, please do all of that fun stuff for us. You can find the show on all the social medias. Okay, so that's user SwimFans Pod, Blue Sky, Instagram, Letterboxd. You can also ask us questions if you like. You can do that on any of the social medias, or you can do it on the Spotify episode, like comment section, or you can email us, swimfanspodcast@gmail.com. You can send in questions, recommendations, anything along those lines you can do there. And we have a Patreon, right? So patreon.com/swimfans. For as low as $1 a month, you can get access to all of the Elite Dove content that you can shake a stick at. So if you're interested in that, you should join the people who already have. And thank you to all of our patrons. I am online. All the same spots, user Amons, AMO, I will keep this so short. I saw the Odyssey. It's okay.
No men kissed. Sorry.
Okay, this is.
I was just teasing you. I swear.
No. It was right. It was right when I said the words that no men were kissing in the Odyssey. That I'm like, oh, this is going to be one of those episodes where everything I say is not going to be.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's not. It's not you. It's me. But like, I think it's okay. I think Christopher Nolan it's interesting. I think that he's a very precise filmmaker in like a similar super zoomed out way, similar to David Fincher. But where I find Fincher's sort of clockwork precision interesting, thought-provoking, and engrossing, I find Nolan's sort of dedication to precision alienating. And it pushes me away from the movie and away from the human element of his movies. So The Odyssey was okay because Christopher Nolan got to tell you about The Odyssey, which is one of his strengths, is him telling you things. But by the same token, I found it lacking in viscera for a movie about going to war and losing your wife, kind of, and like having like getting seduced by like 3 other kinds of women, like Calypso and Cersei and the sirens. It's like there's a lot of women that could have had sexuality or like anything to them that didn't happen because Nolan's not that kind of guy. That's all that I meant by that. I didn't think men were gonna kiss in the movie, but like it's a lack of interest in the visceralness of human experience that I find distancing and alienating. Jennifer.
Absolutely. I'm very sorry. You can follow me on Blue Sky, diatron5.swimfanspod.com. I'm on Letterboxd Diatron. I did show Kyle Delita Stay Alive.
Yes!
But I also think I'm supposed to talk about Hokum, but I don't really have that many thoughts about Hokum. I just didn't think it was that good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've been waiting for you to tell us about Hokum.
I thought it just meandered around in a hotel room for like 90 minutes and then like a witch hung herself and then like I don't know. There was like no cleverness to it. There was like it was like a locked room thing, but like there was no like oomph to the room designs or you know like there's like the dumbwaiter bit and like you know there's like maybe like semblances of ideas going on in it, but like it never wowed me in any real way. And yeah, you guys are right. That movie's not very good. And then so when I finished it, I was like, oh yeah, that was not very good. They're so right. And then I went on like to Letterboxd to log it, and like the reviews were like positive, and I was like, what fucking movie did you guys watch?
Yeah, who could say? Who knows what's going on?
Adam Scott was like, I mean, he can like do asshole really well, but like he was just not at his best.
No, no.
There was no charisma to his like jerkishness. Sorry.
No. Speaking of him, what did I just see him in? I saw him in something else.
Recreation.
No, like I saw him in like another movie or TV show. I don't know. Somebody yell at me for this. But like,
is he in Severance?
Yeah, but like that's like the good. I think he's really good in Severance. And then I just saw him in something recently, definitely after Hokum, I think. And he's so bad in it. And I'm like, I feel like he's one of those actors where like the directors really got to know how to use Adam Scott. Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry.
When he's good, he's great. I generally really like Adam Scott, but you got to know, man.
You got to know.
Was it The Monkey?
Craig. No, hold on. I'm gonna Google it.
Is The Whisper Man? Oh, I don't think that's out. Okay. Craig, why don't you go?
You can find me at Craig Neeson on Instagram and Letterboxd, CraigNeeson.com. I haven't watched anything, but I was collaging yesterday, so I was watching things that didn't matter, that I wasn't actively watching them. I had Evil Dead on, and I really was charmed, looking up occasionally, and especially seeing that like end claymation stop motion sequence where everything, all the demons are bubbling apart. Man, fucking great.
It's so
awesome. Love all the effects. I love the textures. They swung that budget so fucking hard. And then I was also rewatching season 3 of Silo is currently churning on Apple TV. I think that like a new episode's coming out every like Wednesday or whatever. But I'm gonna wait until it's all out because I'm not just stringing along an Apple TV fucking subscription for that long. But like I'm watching season 1 of Silo, and it's actually better than I remember it. I think Rebecca Ferguson is amazing. I'm actually very excited for Dune 3, even though it's probably gonna break my heart and be stupid. Yeah. Yeah,
but I'm also Dune pilled, so I'm there with you. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I wasn't excited. Didn't want to see the first 2 in theaters. Had no interest. But this one, I want to go out. I want to go see it.
Okay, I looked. I have no idea what I'm thinking of. Maybe I am thinking of. Maybe I'm just thinking of Hokum. I definitely didn't see the fucking Whisper Man. I don't even know that's out. Maybe I'm just thinking of Hokum.
Do you think he's the Whisper Man? Sorry.
He's got to. Oh wow. I wonder if he's the Whisper Man. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.